That
Yeah.
would help. And the reason I brought up the issue of Uzbekistan is because this, I mean, obviously it came up earlier because even Peterson was having his book, spoken about there, that this shows, and a lot of Muslims don't know this, that colonization did not end, with the end of the British Empire, with the Indian partition, and these types of things. That it's just literally, even now you have these satellite states, right?
Yes.
You have all of these things going on. So why are Muslims behind in Africa? Why are they behind in Central Asia? Why are they behind in these places? Each one of those places has a distinct history. Each one of those places has an interesting set of variables that we can actually look at. And one of the interesting things, maybe we can do this in the future, is get Adnan on the podcast and speak about, firstly, this ridiculous link between Africa and poverty, and also, Usman Don Fodio, Sheikh Usman,
Yes.
how his empire fought the British, and how they established themselves in the Hausa region, in the Fulani region, until today. There's a strong identity of Islam, and missionaries have failed to convert those people. So we need, these types of things, as long as they're discussed in a descriptive way, because what I keep away from is prescription, because people then start saying, oh, this is what you're trying to go for, and Muslims are trying to take over. And obviously that's not helpful at all. So I think adding that description's good. When doing our...
What I would it brings to mind an interesting comment. So when you say colonization, it's important to understand that the majority of the southern nations that were colonized, whether they're Christian or Muslim or none, are actually in a situation of quite dire economic straits at the moment, right?
Yeah.
And it's nothing to do with religion, because you go to Latin America, that is predominantly Catholic, predominantly Portuguese, Spanish, and so on. You look at Africa, predominant, and obviously, so to me, to say the Muslim countries are somewhat, you're forgetting the the geographic and the political landscape they're living in has got nothing to do with necessarily the religion that they follow.
Yeah.
It's mostly to do with the fact that colonization sucked significant amounts of wealth and resource out of the area and spent it elsewhere. It didn't. It never sort of sent anything back, pretty much.
And there's also an interesting story. I believe his name is Adi ibn Hatim, who lived at the time of the Prophet ﷺ, and it's either him or his son, and someone can fact check me in the comments about this. But one of the concerns before he became Muslim was, he saw the Muslims as being really poor, right? And what he was told by the Prophet ﷺ was about how this was going to change. Now, when I heard a explanation of this, what it is that it's not that he's attracted to the money. It's basically that people go where the strength is, right? If they see Islam and Muslims as weak and downtrodden and whatever, even if someone thinks Islam is true, it is something that can put people off.